Hi guys, welcome to this live streaming session. So today I am really happy that I am going live, and from today onwards I have thought that I will be coming live daily. So I will try my best to answer you all the questions which you will be asking me in the comment section, or maybe you can also ask me at the time of live streaming. So there are a lot of things that I had to discuss with you related to payment gateways. So a lot of people already have asked me a few questions related to international payment gateways, that which are the best for them to use for their websites, for their Shopify stores, for other platforms. So of course the payment gateway is playing an important role in the business. For example, we have an e-commerce website. So in that, the main purpose is to sell a specific thing and collect the money. So of course we needed a good payment gateway for that. So here I wanted to show you few things which are already confirmed. For example, if you are interested to do the international payments, so there are two payment gateways which are famous nowadays, and those are like PayPal and Stripe. So they have, both of them has some advantages and some disadvantages. So I will be discussing with you step by step that what are the things that are important in a specific payment gateway. So for example, we are using PayPal, and you know that PayPal is most trusted payment gateway in the world. So of course there are a lot of countries which are supporting PayPal, and of course nowadays PayPal has launched a few new features like pay in four, like if your customer is not able to do the payment instantly, I mean at once, then he or she can divide the payment into the parts, into the four installments. So after that he could able to complete the whole bunch of amount that he is interested to pay for the specific product. So in the same way, if we are thinking about the other aspect of the PayPal, so you already know that PayPal has also enabled the credit debit card option in some countries, not all of them. And you know that there are a lot of people who are requesting me that credit debit card must be integrated in their websites. And once we are integrating that specific code in their website, so later on we get the error, and that error basically comes from the PayPal itself. We are not, for example, I am a developer, so I am not responsible for that error. Why? Because PayPal is identifying the risk of the specific location. For example, you are in Philippines, or maybe in Pakistan, where the PayPal is banned, or maybe PayPal is not fully supported. So at that moment, if you are thinking that PayPal must be integrated, so you will be getting the errors like something went wrong, or maybe you are not fulfilling all the requirements for accepting the payments. There are a couple of errors which you will be getting at that moment. So of course there is the solution, but the solution is that your PayPal account must not be created from that specific country. So for example, you are living in Pakistan, or maybe any other country where PayPal is not fully supported. So you should have create the PayPal account from any other country where you have some relatives or someone else. So with the help of them, you can connect your PayPal with your Shopify store, or maybe any type of website which you are using. All right. So this is the point for the PayPal, of course. So nowadays there are a lot of, actually, in the PayPal documentation, PayPal has already given us the complete code for doing the integration. You have just needed a minor skill of coding. For example, you are aware about HTML, CSS, or and little bit of JavaScript, then you have no need to hire a specific developer for accepting that uh, connecting that specific payment gateway with your website. You can just follow the documentation, read the steps, that how we can connect all those things, and after following the steps you will definitely do the integration. But still, if you are thinking that you have the issues there are a lot of people who can help you. There are a lot of people who are also connecting with me on the WhatsApp, on the Skype, and they're asking me the questions on in the comment section of the videos. So I always tried my best to respond them immediately, or maybe whenever I get time. At that time they get the solution of their problem. All right. So mostly people are using PayPal because PayPal is trusted payment gateway. But why people hate PayPal? Because in most of the countries, PayPal there are customers who are not having the PayPal account. So there is the problem. So for example, if someone is interested to your product, and you have promoted that product on the Facebook or any social media, and at the time of purchasing your product, if the payment gateway is PayPal, and your customer needs to create a PayPal account, so of course you will lose the sale at that time. All right. So you must have the alternative. So first alternative is that you have to integrate credit debit card option into your website. Because if someone will not have any account with the PayPal, then there is the alternative PayPal credit debit card, and through which your customer would able to do the payment easily. All right. And another option is Stripe. So mostly people are facing the issue with the Stripe is related to risk. Once you are creating a Stripe account, then you are applying for the activation. You are fulfilling all the requirements, and for some time it remain activated. And once you are doing one or two more payments, and then you get a message that your business is in high risk, and you are not fulfilling the privacy policies of the Stripe. So at that moment you could not able to continue with the Stripe. All right. So what would be the solution for this problem? You have the solution, like you should cross check your privacy policies, because in the privacy policies you have certain things to mention, because you are responsible for any type of problem if your customer is facing. All right. For example, you are selling the products, right? And doing some drop shipping you are doing some drop shipping, or maybe you have the e-commerce website. So you are responsible for the customer's payment. For example, customer has done the payment to you, and your product is not available to him or her at a specific time period. So you are responsible for that product delivery. All right. So you have to mention each and every single point of your business in the privacy policies and terms and conditions. So these are the few things. In most of the cases, people leave as it is and just copy and paste from other websites. For example, if you are using a Shopify store, right? So mostly people are doing using the default template of the Shopify. So in the default template, they just click on that button, and the template of privacy policies, terms and conditions, shipping policy, all those things automatically generated. All right. And the people who are starting their store, they even don't cross check their policies. There are a lot of things, those are blank, and those are like placeholders. So Shopify has already kept as it is. Why? Because you have to verify, you have to fill the addresses, you have to fill all the things which are important for you, and then after you will be eligible for any type of payment gateway. All right. So this was the important aspect where Stripe is going to reject you. I mean, your account get disabled, deactivated. And the plus point is like in the countries in which Stripe is supporting, so you have the plus point, like there are a couple of payment methods Stripe payment gateway is providing. For example, credit debit card, SAPA direct debit, SOFORT, IDL, and PayPal, and a lot of other payment methods, direct bank transaction. So there are a lot of other options you have in Stripe. That's why Stripe is best. So mostly people are using Stripe because in the Stripe, we have the acceptance of credit debit card payments. All right, in most of the cases, the customers are using credit debit card for doing the payment for their products. All right, so this is just providing them the ease to do the payment immediately, and you have the option to close the sale as soon as possible. All right, so once you published your product on Facebook or maybe any other social media, and once someone has clicked on that, and if he or she is interested in your product, he will just go through the description and all, and then after he will able to do the payment. And you know that if the payment method is not available according to the choice of the customers, then of course you will lose the sale and you will be discouraged for your business. So the important thing is that you have to take care of the payment gateways which you are using in your e-commerce business. All right, and and one of the best thing of Stripe is, like, for example, you have the problem in your payment gateway, you have stuck some money with the Stripe, then immediately the Stripe support is responding you. All right, you have the chat option, you can do the chat, and they will be immediately connecting with you and trying to solve the problem of yours. But in the PayPal, they have very bad support. Why? Because you nowadays they don't have any phone call option. You only have the chat option where you can send the message, and then later on you will be getting an email, and there they will be giving you reply, or maybe on the same chat window they will be giving you the reply, but it is not compulsory that you will be getting the reply immediately. All right, so this is the main problem of the PayPal. All right, and later on you have to send the money and send the emails from your email account, and you have to confirm a lot of things. And sometimes the money go into the hold, in the pending state. So a lot of frustrations are over there in the PayPal. So these are the negative aspects of the PayPal. But if you will be going through Stripe, then you will not face such type of support issues, because Stripe is just helping you with all the things, but you have to manage the policies, terms and conditions, and everything. You have to research first, and then after you have to deal with the Stripe, because Stripe is deactivating your account, but they are also providing you a better option for collecting your amount. All right, and another reason of deactivation of Stripe is, like, in the first transaction, if you are doing a bigger transaction like 800 euros, $800, or $1000, so at that moment the PayPal is just thinking that Stripe support is just thinking that this is scam. All right, or maybe this is the illegal way of doing the transaction. So those are the aspects because of which Stripe is disabling your account. But you have no need to worry about the amount if you have done a single transaction with them. Why? Because they will definitely refund you, and they have the chat option. If they will be disabling your chat option, then if you are sending them the email within 24 hours, they will be giving you the reply, and immediately you will get the solution out of the problems which you will be facing. All right, so these are the plus point of the Stripe. And there are a couple of other payment gateways like to checkout, pay you money, and other payment gateways which are working on national level, not on international level. But to checkout is also good, but the problem with to checkout is that they are asking for a lot of documents, lot of things to submit, and they also taking a lot of time for approving your payment gateway request. All right, so because of that, people don't prefer to checkout, and they always prefer the other alternatives like Stripe and PayPal. And you already know that trusted payment gateways are both of these, which are like, first one is PayPal, and another one is Stripe. So make sure that you should use both these payment gateways with the proper way and according to your requirement. And in PayPal, there is also a negative point, which is like you, for example, you have collected your amount, and in general you will be getting your amount in your bank within 2 or 3 more days, but initially you will have to wait for 21 days. So that is really a bad thing. And but this is the policy for the PayPal, that for the first transaction they will be restricting your amount for 21 days. They will be doing some authentication, or maybe some verification of your documents, and then after they will be approving your amount, and you will be getting that amount into your bank account. All right. So make sure that you have to use all these stuff with a proper way, and definitely you will not face any type of issue while doing the transactions. And if you are thinking that you have done any integration and you are facing any type of problem, I am really happy to help you anytime. And you can connect me on WhatsApp, on Skype, or maybe you can ask me the questions on the comment section. So I will definitely try my best to give you the reply. And I am also working on Shopify stores. So sometimes I also try to help others on the comment section. But those who are connecting me on the WhatsApp, I give them the reply immediately, and I always try to accept their questions, understand their problem, and then after I give them the reply. All right. So currently the discussion was regarding international payment gateways. So we have discussed two main payment gateways, which were Stripe and PayPal. So PayPal is number one because this is trusted. I mean, most of the people knows this payment gateway, and because of that, people prefer to use this payment gateway. I mean, the customers trust, and you know that if customers are trusting the payment gateway, that means they will be happy to do the payment with them. Why? Because they knows that this is the genuine transaction. Otherwise, customers has the fear of losing their money. So because of that, they avoid doing the payment with the unknown payment gateways. All right. So make sure that do the give the priority to your PayPal, and then after you have the Stripe. And sometimes people who are using in some countries using the Stripe in some countries where the drop shipping is not supporting. So the main reason of that restriction is that there are a lot of scams in those countries. For example, you have collected the amount from your customers, but you have not delivered the product. So at that moment the payment gateway is responsible for that. And the Stripe, for example, if you are using Stripe for drop shipping, so at that moment you are collecting the amount, and later you are thinking that that amount I have in my bank account, and if I am not delivering the product to my customers, then it will not matter, right? But you know that you are responsible for every activity which you did. So later on your account would be banned. You will no more able to do the further transactions, and maybe if someone is filing the case towards you, then you will have to pay the amount, as well as there would be a lot of troubles for you for the future. So make sure that you should avoid all these things if you are thinking that these are really not helpful for you. And just create a trust for your customers, and try to support them, try to help them, and try to provide them the value for your service. And definitely they will get attracted towards the products which you are publishing. And of course, in that way your business will go at the top level. So uh, today I think that this is enough, and from tomorrow onwards I will be going through step by step, and I will be also doing sharing my screen, and in that I will be doing some practical implementation. And definitely I will also try to accept your questions, and I will try to give you the reply as well. But make sure that you have to ask the questions so that I could give you the reply. There are a lot of people who are connecting with me right now. So what I'm thinking is that I have to continue the discussion for now. So if you have any questions in your mind, then you can ask me in the comment section, because related to payment gateways, I have 2 years, 2+ years of experience. I have integrated a lot of stuff, and I have worked on WordPress. I have worked on PHP, React.js, Node.js, and there are a couple of other technologies in which I am working on. So if you are thinking that you are facing any technical issue and you have needed technical support, you just put a question and I will be trying to answer you. And maybe in the coming sessions, I will be trying to get your queries and immediately will try to solve. Why? Because most of the people are from non-technical background, and you know that if they are from non-technical background, then we have to support them. And you know that people who are knowing some a little bit of coding, then they get ease for the integration of anything. Or maybe if they are thinking that they have to do some stuff without the help of a specific developer, then they can do easily. But I have also taught a lot of I have also created a lot of other videos. And in that videos I have also explored a lot of technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, so you can take the help from those videos as well. So here are a few people who are uh, asking me some questions, so let's take the questions one after the other. So hi everyone. So one of the person is asking the question that I think Stripe is better than PayPal. Can you please share how we can integrate Stripe payment gateway to website? Actually, this is really simple for you to integrate your Stripe payment gateway with your website. For example, you have a WordPress website, and in that website, you will have to install the WooCommerce plugin, and then after another plugin that you have to install is Stripe itself. So once you are installing both these plugins, then you have to go get into that WooCommerce settings, and there you will be getting an option of adding your credentials, for example, your secret key as well as the publishable key, and then you are good to go with that. And nowadays, you know that Stripe has added a new feature, which is SCA, Secure Customer Authentication. So that is really important for each and everyone. Why? Because those people who were doing the scams, like you have used your credit card and debit card, and without getting any OTP, one time password into your mobile phone, they get paid, and you even don't know that how much money has been deducted from your bank account. So because of that, Stripe has done some strictness, and that strictness is like they have enabled the secure customer authentication. So in that, you have to link your mobile phone, or maybe you will be getting a text message, and because of that, you will do the confirmation, and then after, your payment would be done. All right. So you have to enable that as well. So if you have a PHP website or maybe any other website, then you have the option to do the integration. So Stripe has also given the documentation, detailed documentation, and in that they have given the steps to follow, and they have also explained the code. I have already made few videos related to Stripe, that how you can do the integration with the simple JavaScript. And that is really simple. You have to create a product and you have to copy and paste the code. That's it. So if you are thinking that you have needed any help, I will be sharing you the link in the below description. And if even if you are visiting onto my channel, then definitely you will be getting the Stripe playlist. And in that playlist, I have a couple of videos in which I explain that how you can do the integration of Stripe with your website. So let's talk about another question. Can Shopify shut down my account because we don't pay their fees? Yes, Shopify has the authority. You know that you have all the things linked with the Shopify store, And if you are doing anything wrong, then Shopify has hosted your website. Hosted means all the code and all the stuff and all the bank account and everything is linked to the Shopify, and definitely Shopify has the authority. And if you will go through the terms and conditions and privacy policies of the Shopify, so definitely you will think you will have the text written over there that Shopify can disable your account if you are doing any wrong activity. All right. So another question is, I am a full stack developer. I develop websites from zero using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, MySQL. Yeah, that is good thing. So thank you for this information. Okay, welcome. Another question is, when we integrate your method, Shopify and Pixel cannot track purchase. Yes, that will not track purchase. Why? Because there is a reason. For example, you are using Shopify store, and the method which I explained to you is that is a temporary method. That is not a permanent method. Why? Because I already explained to you that in some countries Shopify has disabled a lot of payment methods, payment gateways for accepting the payments from your customers. So, for example, you are living in India, and at that time you have the only option of PayPal, simple PayPal only. So how you will be accepting the payments of the customers who are interested to do the credit debit card payments? So at that moment, I have found a solution, which is a temporary solution, but yes, this can work for you. What is the solution? I have added some code, and the customer, you can collect the amount from your customers. You will be getting the product details in the PayPal receipt. All right. And then after, you can do the manual orders for your customers, and your customers can I mean, you can fulfill those orders, and then your customers would get that specific product delivery. So this is the way. And there are a couple of questions people are asking, like on the checkout page, why Shopify is not allowing. Actually, Shopify has enabled few of the files where we can do the customizations, but in the checkout page you have no way to do any type of customization. So at that moment, if Shopify is not allowing you to do any customization, then of course you have no way to inject any single line of code into the Shopify. And you already know that and the question was like Shopify Pixel, oh sorry, Facebook Pixel. So the problem here is like we are not able to interact with the database. So you can see that if we are not able to interact with the database, so how we will be doing the insertion, deletion, and customization operation? So definitely we will not able to do that. And because of that, those payments which you are collecting through the method which I have explained to you in the video, you have no way to interact with your database, and you cannot able to do anything. I mean, there is no relation with that order to your Facebook Pixel. And the reason I already told you is that uh, you are just bypassing their system. You are not allowed to inject your code into their database. And if you will see on the checkout page, they have actually the dynamic URL. If you will click on the checkout button, and once you are redirected to the checkout page, and if you will see on the URL bar, I mean on the top, you will see that there would be an ID. So that ID is generated dynamically. So you have no way to get an idea that how this ID is going to be generated. So of course, if you don't know, then how you can inject any type of code your inside of your Shopify checkout page? All right. So there we have the problem. So another question is like the visitors can pay with credit card by PayPal checkout as a guess. The visitors can pay with credit debit card by PayPal checkout. Yes, visitors can do the payment with credit, debit card, checkout through the PayPal. I already explained in the whole video that PayPal is giving you the bunch of code that you can integrate anywhere in your website. So of course, if PayPal is giving you the option, and you have to copy paste the code, and if you know little bit of JavaScript, then you can make that code dynamic. Dynamic means, for example, you have a single product, then that's fine. You can copy that code and just change the price of the product. I mean, you only have to add that price, because that is a single value. But if you have multiple products, then you have to keep make it dynamic. So I have already created some demos, so if you have needed, just send me the email address. I will be sending you all the demos to you, and you can use those demos into your websites. All right. So if you are thinking you have any question, and I will try to answer you. I think there are a few questions that you guys have asked me. So I have already answered you the questions. So if you are thinking that you have any type of doubt, you can ask me right now. Otherwise, tomorrow I will be again coming to this live session, and definitely you can interact me anytime, and I will try to give you the reply immediately. Otherwise, I will give you the reply at the time. I will explore, and if I'm thinking that I'm not comfortable with that code, I will do some research and will explain to you. Yeah, one of the person has given the asked the question that Shopify versus WooCommerce. So there is a difference between Shopify versus WooCommerce. Shopify is a complete platform which is providing you the hosting itself. You have to do the payment for that is subscription payment every month. For example, 29 US dollars. So you have to pay that amount each month, and your code would be hosted on their on the Shopify store. And there is the simplicity for the people who are non-technical, who are having non-technical background. For example, you don't know any single thing related to coding, or maybe you are not interested to go through the mess of the stuff. So at that moment, Shopify is the best option for you, because there is only simply some drag and drop options, and because of which you can manage your store. But in WooCommerce, you have the investment that is for the first time only. I mean, you are hiring a developer, or maybe you are developing a website. So for the initial time, you will have to pay $200 or maybe $300 for the e-commerce website. And once you are done with that, then after you have the free, you have no need to give any type of subscription for subscription. So that is the key difference between Shopify and WooCommerce. So hope that I answered your question. So if you are thinking that you have any other type of question, I'm happy to answer you. So WooCommerce, and you already know that WordPress is a lot more flexible. Why? Because there are a lot of ready-made plugins that you can install immediately and get the features which you have required. And in Shopify, there are also a lot of plugins, but those are not much viral, and because of which you, if you are facing any type of issue, then technical support is little difficult for you. But there are developers who are working on this. So of course, the developers can help you out, but Shopify has put a lot of restrictions on you, because they are not making you eligible for customizing everything. But in WooCommerce, you have the option to do anything you want. I mean, you have the full option to customize any specific button, any specific design, any specific code, whatever you are interested to integrate, whatever you are interested to modify. But in Shopify, you have the limitation. You have few things which you cannot modify. For example, checkout page. I already explained that checkout page cannot be customized. But in WooCommerce, you have the cart page, you have the product page, you have the checkout page, and everything is customizable. You have the option to do any type of customization in the WooCommerce website, that is WordPress website. So this is the flexibility in the WooCommerce website. So another question is how I can find the winning product and suppliers in USA. So this is the most important question, because in a lot of cases, people just have the emotions that yes, I will create a Shopify store and then get rich immediately. So this is not the exact thing. Why? Because you have to do some research. You have to learn the ways that how I can research the products, and then after I will be creating the store and I will be publishing those. I mean, we have to do the experiments, and then after we will get the experience. This is not the immediate way that you will get everything, that yes, this is the only way, if I am following, and then I will get rich immediately. All right, there is a lot of competition, and of course you have to do the research first. uh, One thing I will recommend to you is that you should not go for general store. You always have to target a specific niche. Specific niche means you choose a specific thing. For example, you are interested to sell caps or maybe hats, so you only target those varieties of products, and you must have all the things which you can imagine, I mean which you can think that these are relevant according to the trends which are there in the market. So in that way you can do the research. And of course, this is important question, and you already think that you have to go through the Shopify tutorials first, that how you can target a specific product and how you can identify that that specific product is relevant for you or not. And if you are thinking that this is relevant, then you must have the reason of that relevancy. I mean, you must have the proper research for that. All right, in that way you could able to do the things. And specific supplier means if you are using Shopify, then AliExpress, on the AliExpress there would be rating of the suppliers, and you can choose the supplier according to the rating. And of course that is the good option, because already those people who are connected with those suppliers, so they would have the experience with them, and they will give the reviews. And in that way you can identify a good supplier as well. And winning products in Shopify, maybe you are using Uberlo, so in that you have also the option of ranking, I mean which specific product has been sold more, and which one is demanded. And that also doesn't matter, but you have to think about that. If you are targeting us, and you are targeting a specific location, so you have to explore the demand of those people. Then after you have to publish your product, then after you have to do the advertisement, and after that you will get the sales. All right, so this is not the uh, I mean random way to target the people. Otherwise you will be just wasting your time. All right, so I think a couple of questions I have already answered, and in tomorrow's session we will be continuing everything. So for today, I think we have explored a lot of stuff, and we are almost reaching for the 40 minutes live streaming. So in the tomorrow session, I will be exploring a lot of good stuff for you, and on regular basis I will be connecting with you. And I think that in that way we can interact more, we can communicate with each other more, and we can help each other in a proper way. All right. So thank you so much for watching this live streaming session. So see you in the tomorrow's session. So take care of yourself, and just put your full efforts in doing the business, and definitely you will get rich. And of course you needed some struggle in the initial stage, and later on you will be doing a lot of stuff immediately. Why? Because the people who are successful, they are doing some practical experience, and because of that practical experience they are becoming rich, and they are I mean doing the successful business. All right. So thank you so much once again. So see you in the tomorrow's session. So take care. Bye for now.